All right, so a lot of people always ask me questions about, one, how do you tell stories through your photos? And I think when you're taking a set of photos, you always want to be sure to kind of have a timeline or an idea of what the photos are and how they correlate to each other. So today I'm going to show you kind of my step-by-step of what I do in a shoot, starting with our basic photos and ending up with the creative ones that end up making the whole set. So let's do it. All right, guys, so I am here with the model today. Why don't you introduce yourself, tell us a little bit about your modeling experience and what we're trying to do today.
So my name is Katarina. I've been modeling seriously for about 2 years now, kind of just getting some shots to build up my book, some basic shots, some fun shots, be a little creative with it.
And what's your favorite animal?
Favorite animal is a cat because my short name is Cat.
Oh, there you go. All right, let's get to the photos. The first thing I like to do is just keep it simple, stupid. You know, just shoot the model, shoot the headshots, get the basic shots you need. At the start of this shot, I kind of miscalculated. I think it was just a communication error maybe between me and the model. We wanted to do some fun stuff, but because this was for an agency shoot, we also needed to do some regular digital shots. So I thought this was the perfect time to show you the examples of the variety that you can do with just keeping it simple. We start off with the basic stuff, which is just your headshot, medium shots, maybe a couple close-ups, smiling, serious, straight on, sideways, all that sort of stuff. So these are shots that agencies want for their models, because whenever you are a bigger company or you're a bigger photographer and you're looking for models, what you normally do is you go through agencies, because agencies normally have the not better looking but more editorial looking models, if that makes sense. Those models need headshots that show them with no makeup, natural lighting, how do they look on their day-to-day, so that a photographer or a stylist or a producer can be like, oh, maybe this is what we can do with her, or this is what we can do with him, this is what kind of clothing, what kind of colors look good with this person. So it's very important to always get your basics out of the way. And what I like to say is, at the end of the day, if all goes wrong, you at least have really good basics to post. All right, so the second thing I always like to do is just start adding a couple more elements. So for example, now we're gonna work with her lipstick, as well as just a nice little neck piece, something that adds a little pop of color, makes it look a little more stylized, if you know what I mean. So now we're gonna do the same thing as I mentioned before, but this time with the necklace and the makeup. Obviously, we have all these things in the wall that are dirty. That's all edited in Photoshop, so don't worry about it. You have very simple elements that obviously complement the model, and these are items that you should think about before the shoot to bring. So for example, me and the model talked beforehand and we were saying, oh, maybe we should try this necklace on with this type of shirt, or hey, maybe use a tube top so you can show the necklace off and it looks like you're only wearing the necklace, or that type of situation, right? So you want to play around with those shots, and at this point in the shoot, in the second step, you're hopefully a little more comfortable with your model and you're just talking more casually, and you know, you're getting the creative juices flowing, especially if it's the first time meeting a model. You never know what this model is thinking, you don't know their vibe. And so after the first shots, you get comfortable with each other and you're actually, you know, you start bouncing off ideas. Hey, maybe we should try this angle, or hey, let's do this weird Dutch angle, and let's change your pose, let's change the clothing, let's do this, let's do that. So it's all the second step. The third step is what I like to call the wild card step. This is the you entered like it was an AI robot into like a we have made her better. I actually don't think I like this one.
No, take it off.
Get a little, ooh, it looks like actual hair, doesn't it? Right. Yeah, or like one of those swim caps. You know, just get fun with it and just, you know, yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. So in the wildcard step, I kind of like to think of it as a random prop that makes no sense, that could potentially be a disaster and not work at all for the shoot, but it is just something that you try for like 10 minutes, and if it works, you keep shooting it, and if it doesn't, you just stop. At least you tried it and it's great. But in this case, when I was grocery shopping the other day, I saw this pink lettuce. I remember that her agent was actually texting with me and she was showing me pictures of the model, and I realized Katarina had a bald head, so I was like, oh, you know, it would be really cool if we put like lettuce on her head in like an artistic way. You know, I never really knew if it was gonna come off right, but it kind of did. So I was like, okay, this is actually sick. So we kept shooting it and we kept shooting it, and we tried a different outfit. So we changed to the black turtleneck situation that she had on, and I think we got some really cool stuff. And I would say that the last thing for you guys to pay attention to in shoots, or just do, is to have fun. You know, have fun, change the outfit up, change the props, move with the props. Don't always just stick to what you had in your head, because you might come up with an idea if you just play around that just looks better than the idea you had in your head. So that's what we're gonna do now. Try different faces. I always like to tell models that sometimes we as artists, we take ourselves very seriously, and we're just kind of scared to do something silly or something that's a little bit out of our comfort zone. And so just, you know, do silly faces or do weird things, pull on the cap, sit on the ground. Let's just play around in the studio, see what we can get, different lighting, different poses. So yeah, this step is just sort of like a free-for-all. She's telling you ideas, you're telling her ideas, and then you just sort of get into this groove of like, okay, we have 15-20 minutes left in the studio. Let's just kind of try out different things, see what works, see what doesn't. In best case scenario, we get something great. In worst case scenario, we don't get anything at all. So just keep that in mind when you're shooting these things, right? Because you don't want your photos to be one-dimensional. I think what I'm trying to get at is that you should always push yourself to do something creative. I always get stuck in this mindset of, I know what works and I know what doesn't for my style. And that kind of stopped me for a long time in my early photography days because I just wasn't sure if I could handle going out of my comfort zone. And that's as simple as just changing where my camera is, or changing different angles, or shooting at different exposures, different shutter speeds. I just didn't feel comfortable that I was going to be able to pull it off. So I never tried it. And so what I do nowadays is just say, you know what, F it, worst case scenario, this doesn't work and this person will never talk to me again and I won't have a relationship with this agent. But best case scenario, we get something that's pretty decent and something that makes us both kind of excited to shoot and something that we're excited to share with people. So, you know, just don't be scared to try new things. And I really mean it, because I know a lot of you guys hear this and you say to yourself, oh, I already push myself when I'm a shoots. Because I was the same way. I used to say the same shit to myself. I was like, oh, I already pushed myself plenty. I don't need to push myself any further. You do. Just try new things, because sometimes you get in this head block of, I already tried every angle. But what about you try different pose? You try something crazy. You try playing with the clothing. You try playing with different elements of the studio, with lighting. Maybe you have a silhouette behind you. Whatever you want to do, just do it. Honestly, get on the floor. If you have 20 minutes left of your studio time, try something crazy. Mess with the lights. You already got enough shots of her straight on. Just try something different, you know? So that's the fourth step, the wild card. Hello. Okay.
Oh, let me redo that again.
It's really hard to do this. For you, why are yours better looking than mine?
I don't know, mine has more color.
All right, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Make sure to follow Katarina. This is her Instagram right here. That's my Mexican accent. And next time I see you, I will be fighting Godzilla with both arms tied behind my back and peanut butter on my private areas. See ya. Thank you so much for 3,200 subscribers now. We're growing pretty steady now. We got a nice little thing going here, you know? So it's really neat to see it. Thank you for all the love of my photos, honestly. It's helped me, and a lot of you guys are very talented. I follow a lot of you guys on Instagram, and I'm like, I can't believe they want to listen to me. Like, these people are good, you know? And so it's very exciting to see all of your work, and you know, we kind of share ideas, and I'm always DMing people back and forth. It's really fun. So thank you again for that. And as I said before, still working on my setup. I'd like to do like a top-down kind of situation, like if I put a tripod up here. And I'd also like to hang some more photos on my wall so I can take the angle a little higher, because right now I'm a little bit like my back's hurting a little bit. Anyways, guys, that was it for the video. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe, hit the like button, comment something down below. Hopefully we do something big for 5,000. I was thinking maybe for 5,000 or 10,000 subscribers, I can do a giveaway of one of my film cameras. I have a lot of film. These are not, these are like 6 of them. And then I got a couple back here. And then I have like 20 down there that I don't really show because they're more vintage kind of, I don't want people to rob me kind of cameras. So those I don't really show as much. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next week. See ya.